Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. This is Mike with Low Def Media, and today I'm going to have to do a little bit of a voiceover because here the audio on the DJI Osmo Pocket, which I'm trying to capture some test footage of, just came out horrible. I'm not sure why. I had the microphone plugged in properly, didn't work. But what I'm trying to tell you, the viewing audience, here in this part of the video is that I just saw a video from Camera Conspiracy where he talked about the FeiyuTech Pocket 2 and the Fimi Palm 2, comparing the two together. And that got me thinking, those are two new cameras that still don't do as good a job as the original DJI Pocket 1. So in this part of the video, I'm also saying that I'm using D-Cinelike. I've got an external microphone. These are all things that are better than the two cameras he's mentioning, and because it's an older camera, it's got a great price point. So give this a look, let me know what you think, and in just a second we'll continue with the rest of the video and the included audio. I want you to look at the color science because built in is what's called D-Cinelike. And that's what I'm using, and then in post you can kind of amplify some of those colors, so it's a more muted profile, but it allows you to capture more dynamic range. And I've got to tell you, I'm standing in front of a window here in the house. I got to tell you, love this camera. I'm recording right now at 4K 30, and I'm just going to walk outside so that we can see some of that. And again, not going to record a whole bunch today. There. So how does this image look? Got some natural sun right here. Natural sun, natural light provided by the sun. All right, so I think this is tremendously useful. Now let's walk around so you can see that. Oh, hear a bird. Ah, there they are. They've attacked that house. There's like 20 of them up there. All right, let's walk around the interior of the house. Now I'm going from light to dark, so how quickly does the DJI Osmo Pocket refocus and get back into the proper color? Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, well, I've got to tell you, I love this camera. I absolutely love the image quality, the stabilization, the audio is great. So I really, okay, let me finish my thought first. I really don't have too many things that are negative about this camera. One thing that I will say is the same thing that they said on, that he said on Camera Conspiracies, that the gimbal is very fragile. And so with that in mind, when you try to just throw it in your pocket, it's not that easy. You've got to put it in the case, then put it in your pocket. But if you put any of these peripherals, like right now I've got a new Lanzi cage on this device that I can connect it to a quarter, let's see, what do they call it, a 3/4 inch connector, a screw top for a tripod, or an action camera type connection. So I can't put that in the case. So if I want to store this in between shoots, I've got to take it out of this cage and put it in the case and then put it all back together. The nice thing about this particular cage is it does have a cold shoe mount there on the side for this microphone. And I've got the DJI Osmo adapter on the bottom, so I can plug that standard 3.5 millimeter connection right on the bottom. So all in all, love this camera. Battery life is great. I will say though, that when you put on the heavy freewell lens, it's not as sharp. It doesn't move as quickly. So that's something to consider. Now I'm going to move my arm out a little bit. I know I'm getting a ton of stuff here in the frame, but one thing I have noticed about this camera that you do need to bear in mind is focal distance. Okay, focal length. If you're too close, it won't focus on you, but everything in the back will be sharp, so you do need to keep some distance. That dog's going nuts, so I have to figure out what that's all about. But this was just a real quick sample, some sample footage of the DJI Osmo Pocket 1 to kind of go along with what Camera Conspiracies did today with those other two upgraded, I guess, from their initial versions, Pocket cameras. This is the first version DJI came out with, and I still like it the best. See you in the next one.